Chelsea
players
overcrowding. Otherwise, is it in contest? That's why it's solid on record.
And yeah, Obisi NC
even at a point, Thiago Silva was complaining about it. In Jade, Geneva and Abahum.
According to the Guardian, of course, no,
but it's well on record. It's well on record. Even at some point, Thiago Silva.
That's the story.
Yeah, Thiago Silva.
Porter had made challenge of keeping larger dressing room happy at Chelsea. Another way.
I don't know.
The Guardian, we know what you can be doing the banter. There is no part of the statement. Anytime I got it to lose it, there is no part that said Obi to form.
Oh, Yankas. Oh, Yankas. But Namun called dressing room.
There be any no clear. Obiangas among
dressing room, Namuko.
Omodoso, Obiangas will be to form.
So I fed you to Sanam Dawson. And the players among Ghana.
Oh, okay. Then that settles it because there were key players in the dressing room. They were raising issues. Crowd no doors for so I mean, new day here. I was so they were rich. My year started from Thomas Partey.
Okay.
Because Anopawi Thomas Partey APM our Westminster Court, and according to reports at Ebano, Yenuano APM our court 3. So court 3 and Thomas Partey APM our said Michel video when he was entering the court. Rich, I like his demeanor. I like the appearance, you know. So focused and what means you're coaching ye. Now, according to reports, at least here they are gonna any courts inside. Rich, Omomuko court inside reports say. You no koeno one kasa bibre. Ninsema okaye a very very simple. First, oboni din and oboni address. Maybe our and oboni date of birth. Nimfia wadi. And those were the only statement that Thomas Partey ekojina docket in him no okanye e court nase. I am a lawyer. And Rebecca said 5 count of rape, any 1 count of sexual assault no. Ningina omundi wufo. Enti wako plead not guilty.
Okay.
The moment you plead not guilty means now we can set the ball rolling.
Also born in
Onye. And now it's on record say, also the charge you on winning no. This is your first court appearance. Meaning to me said the omode to me sono maye. And that was Partey Kroba or Koboye. Now Rich, just ask Gabby. Sum me up ni bail conditions, you know. You are 3 sports. Actually very very neat high in 9 pointers. The first one and say a man will be involved in the case. You know, say rape case in here Mako 5. Bakuso repuni mienu, bakuso repuni miensa. And a bakuso no why an assault. A matre. Baku for the assault, baku for rape miensa, baku for rape mienu. Court say some may have started back court here didn't say me. Some man in Yinano, a man in contact you be.
So Ayala Sabetua say a man me no mu claim say.
You report 5 times.
5 times, you know. At the same day, different.
I don't know.
Oh, okay.
And I've asked the same question.
Because
no ever PM our court to but in court there's a friend restraining order.
Sure.
And may obi and then in casa don't contact the person no. Yes say ye dey aman aface so na address no the come out police station no. A police for na catch answer court na catch and say in case o changing the address answer update say na be de bia no you say and na o why e betimi aba o honum aface so no say o to kwaya free landing kronim akwa abochira on notify police say me to coin akko send they can keep tabs on their account any ni bibia. The next time Thomas Ter Stegen court will be on the 2nd of September. This time around on Westminster Court honum. Obeko the Central Criminal Court na omakotwa na asemuno so nti that is the updater a free Thomas Ter Stegen asemuno mu eba and Thomas Ter Stegen any team e friend Villarreal e was Spain edi nkomo akwa akira ebi mu kura report say waye ne medicals mpo wi a obesan 2-year contract e wo e honum na wakosi akan e wo Spain. So that is it with Thomas Ter Stegen any issue no. Now Rich Enra Obianim say Benjamin Sesko eda paso. Na impre eye 2 clubs and omoko no ho Manchester and Newcastle. Enra there was a very good development on Sesko and name transfer market na odano. Now the idea can buy and say Rich yes in Newcastle at womutu a 2 omato and say they've sent official bid to RB Leipzig say look Abranti we yepeno yebemamo 90 million euros 90 million no yebemamo 80 million ni amamo 10 million add-ons na akosi 90 million enti 80 plus 10 afenso so no Abranti friend Benjamin Sesko dia opese ojibia as ne salary and the agent ye ni didi komo waka che no we are ready to pay. And unti mun kan che Abranti ne say ye pese yes our business in them so ojitu meni ya we will transfer the what's a transfer bia na deal no abaso. So enra Newcastle has formally bid for Abranti and friend Benjamin Sesko and omuni agreement bia won hu bia no they accepted say they will carry through. Now Rich, what I don't understand Manchester counter proposal no. According to reports man you say oh yeah there you can say this can be basisi by your mamu RB Leipzig 40 say yes so you be bid for Abranti no name no see you the bid be ba unless you catch and say Abranti no I inform me say upper Manchester say oh to see here then we will bring the bid. Now Rich answer na obi betinye akasa asam na che RB Leipzig no then the person must have a very good relationship. Enti me tell our report them say okay so it's Christian Vivio who is negotiating sa deal no. Rich, how do you expect a player onya making a choice? There are 2 clubs I want him. Baku Ebaba Champions League. But on your big at the Omo Champions League no. Baku Eddie Sikasama Base, they also Baso Gien, Medebemau. Sika club Ebeso Muciano, Mechia. Then all that one is saying is that Odi Opa Yeminu, Casamimi na Opemi, so Casamimi na Opemia, after me the bid beba. Now Rich, the Manchester United which they say they want Sesko to commit to Manchester United, and the moment the guy will say between Newcastle and Manchester, maybe I call Manchester. What it means is that then me and Newcastle I will pull out of the race. Now sir, Newcastle pulling out of the race. Never can war Manchester and Kwa.
She can ready to
then
pay.
He can flex on us because now Abranti is so beba. And Africa so. Then Newcastle for some mama 90. Maybe Abranti so beba be hoji. Mimi nyini say osafata 90. Eche bia mama 55 and asa 70. Then if Abranti choose more, the salary in the personal terms are ebia and can Newcastle so we will meet it no. What becomes of the negotiation if you are the only option? I think say maybe the me Ghana. Me nyaso say Benjamin Sesko kra o titwi. But Rich, if I was the one who have and I can be confronted with these 2 issues there, and I will know where I want to go. And Newcastle, they know they want to be aggressive and they want to show Manchester United say, look, player no, Abia, yeah, ready to cross here, pano, etremo. And we are rich this Eka and we are not Benjamin Sesko, Aquaco Chusu Tima, your friend of Newcastle, but that is it. And Tia Evan said he has not decided yet. And Tia now, Rich, you see, many one yardre or stance on Marc-Andre Ter Stegen issue no. And I'll tell you simply why I'm in the
Okay.
Of course, you know the background to the story. Marc-Andre Ter Stegen and the call the X account. This is the X account. On July 24th, and we'll post very, very nice message. Also, I share Barcelona gets in a check and they be a Obeshebiano or the Buo and a Eshe will go through difficult times, will go through nice times. But no crane say, no one no insist in who ye, and that on him paying for the incomono. Well, who said I was a quiet Seji or Nechi. Now, Rich, that is where the details are. I say, after my last operation on my back, I returned to the pitch after 66 days, almost 2 months. This time, the doctors believe about 3 months will be necessary as precaution to avoid any risk. Now, Rich, this is content analysis. Semekase, Rich, now saying me bedroom.
So Emma wants to share with us in tea. I feel now do a feeding there to ha. I share your number one account. Radio station share FM. And now also we take the cabana. Mammy Unikwana, Mammy Hadia, Mammy in Mammy I didn't know. Memfania Kakaba, maybe you mutate the manisu ha. Station is Susa. Now what you say, Pam.
Nhyira FM 104.5. And we are done.
Okay, T. The Tiana no. And to call YouTube and not was subscribing. And no. Nhyira TV yɛdi nkɔmɔ kakra bada mama nhyɛ nsɛm na sɛ fafi ɛbibilem ha yɛ African brother ɛno ayɛ Ademola Lookman patɔ ade ayɛ Atlanta player na ɛno adame ba bɛka tɔ sa brante no sisia no ɔne team no ɛwɔ adawoma so ɔmo tene dendendendendenden na ne nyina yɛ sɛ wanya deal yɛ sɛ ɔkɔ Inter na Inter boboko no ɛnso ɛtɔ brante no Inter for yɛ sɛ wɔmetwa 40 million ɛyɛ euros ɛde ama Atlanta for so ɔmo nje na sa 40 million no offer and omo ma team of Europe eba and also ofi outside Italy and I tell so omo this hard one demand no better who Italy there I just wait to 50 million and send wet to player no kwabra and one send by another made this statement no and so by any day but I now pay reporter mete Atlanta say one more sorry omo Ademola Lookman kwabra mu hu ade wo ba bia na omo tete say yes Ademola Lookman wo ko Inter Clodium ho at Milano ho and yes Brantana do no me do sim omunka from Bergamo now ko Milano in fact Brantana wanka wo munim dia kwakwa sibera wo so mo hana yes team and dinadi Inter as okay offer no sisi no me pejam between 46 to 47 million euros and yes ko mo say o me de Atlanta where the abe 50 no anka be anka Atlanta boboko no and so o mo ntina fe Ademola Lookman and to be second from Inter boboko no so offer no de nyanko kodu ye enti yenim dia Atlanta for no enso ebebeda empepe ya make said de inkomodio bibio ni nyina no on hold enya de say bibibia asamba after say Atlanta for no at say Ademola Lookman enso every Bergamo kodemo no reporter eba dwuma de say na no pay no me di am de 3b adi edamwo na supercomputer wasan ya na de no na supercomputer asian kamo bi anta say the top 4 what the about teams are betimi a complete on the top 4 no and a supercomputer ediaba what is Liverpool boboko no one a top 4 no bedin kan na in the percentage wise no 72.8% and omudi belidi afa team obeto so mienu ye Arsenal boboko no and ye 68.5% me pato wo san tese City besa to so miensa biem wo City ebenya 62.0% and afa Chelsea ye besa to so 9 wo Chelsea beto so and 40.4% and a team and the Aston Villa ebeba beto so me pato enum ho ni de be 30.5 na Newcastle akoto so nsia and team and ye super computer edi eba ewo dwumade so na no pay no ye de onkoma kakra edi dawo enti wo bia percentage wo de be wura top phone mo ana me de be ana super computer at a league ni so do obedi no wo de ato sani ani na wo se team like so betimate say Liverpool bobo no Liverpool 28.5%. So bet me at the league no after Arsenal 24.3%. So bet me Manchester City 18.8%. So bet me Manchester Chelsea 8.4%. Ye penny say ya Anadox na supercomputer and Rebecca said Chelsea crowd there. Hey, wake up now ya koyenka hokra. First time by who Chelsea ye nim we are not Chelsea na de ye penny jumana. I'm not Chelsea Newcastle and some aircraft 5.5%. So bet me ante Aston Villa and so aircraft 5.1%. So no bet me ante and tell their supercomputer at the Eba away to media so and your business okay and your team nankasa for 4-1 for Ben Osidabi Miami New Year relegation team obetimako relegation ya segnia kwanu anywhere was Leeds United likely so beko relegation but at the percentage I was so pass over Sanko Sunderland Bobo no 66.4%. So on relegating no and after Leeds United 48.1%. Me pato Burnley 45.9% and Wolves 26.4%. West Ham United Avibia saying 22.0% and after Fulham 14.8%. So beko relegation team already our Ben Padia not as a Sunderland Bobo no supercomputer as a Sunderland by mama yahe enti anu yan kobaka kwanswa etodwa ewo dwumade so anya so de na town my sana Premier League no wo my full table no teams are wo mu obia position ni obenya ewo ya me pato league ni yebowia na Manchester for no me sema enyam na me de ba supercomputer na no kan asema na mo support no pato was Manchester better 12 from 15 to 12 mo best position pa at as a supercomputer etre aye 12 position and at as Manchester United benya yambo league ni wie no at as Bournemouth for kura be Manchester so supercomputer at as Nottingham Forest one be come match Manchester United what as Brentford e be come match Manchester United Crystal Palace any Brighton nyina no e be come anim e de Manchester United what so United dia team United betime twa no aye bit say aye Everton Tottenham Hotspur and aye Fulham West Ham United Wolves Boboko no and aye Burnley and a team and the Leeds United and a Chelsea Sunderland and to your Manchester I feel so the same thing position and said anya kama and for momentiano their supercomputer at the Eba Djumadi so and now pay me pretere and some Adama Djumadi so na Calvin Tibana and Komaka Kwani Yebisano and between Antonio Conte and after opinion the Pep Guardiola difference in here say and also difference no I say we have Pep Guardiola probably no why a little focus I the ball control and after I possession horse say we Antonio Conte the Antonio Conte focus I say mentality and after there say one and so Eddie and after zona areas no and oyema dumaye pa enti ano I am Komaka Kwaso Calvin Dipina at the Eba away Dumadi so na pay ye prete kakra at the Mampato Chelsea Bobo Kono at the time in Saka say Chelsea see one by a trophy parade na sa trophy parade no anya fina yako high car tin na yasisa players egum ade makwa akotwi street na fe yako akopeka open top na ne players is in Shemiem kwabra mo chase trophy na wo magina suye pa beta yebeye no Stamford Bridge or stadium inside ana test on be na omo ma to din aye gather in aye glory I was Stamford Bridge pato ani edin da so no enti anya trophy parade na mom na aye gather in glory ani ye the Chelsea force on be na reporter men saka aye say ne players no one be so munyina line afi o my parade and the trophy no o my yi dia che I was stand for bit not just France no and so any etimi ade wanti and your reporter eba e wo ayeduma de so me pato me come team and din at the Liverpool na on the time in second as a Parma I was 18-year-old boy na ni dina di Giovanni aye Leone sa brante we yase ball pa de woni ni boy pa na aba chire ho aye center back pair na akoda we wo pair no with Virgil van Dijk say ya wobetima ya adwuma ne ye pa enti omakwa akodi nkoma kakra na enye omakwa reporter meseka say okwa Napoli bobo kono ana fe AC Milan nyina AC Milan for kwa de omotaso munya Leonia akoda no be ya adwuma adiama mo enti between Liverpool ana fe AC Milan bobo kono ana mo pa Brantford din adi Giovanni Leone ani reporter efi Parma Casio akati adi aba ewo adwuma de so Lucas Tivila wanum player admali metopona we goalkeeper na sakoda we ba team and din adi PSG na debia dan samo hona kwabana sisia yasinsam no two teams ni nyina obia ewo ni conditions o de ma na yasin for the chance ebo na PSG for the ba no ebo ne de nyame anim nie ebo no from say one person mo to abante ne pa dia ani ebo no mo mpejam na ebo no mo keka de nyame anim nie nya de say wo madwene sa abo no mpo hu na ka se wo mo ba beji enso tum aside that no so no wo man kasa sanya replacement and from Lucas Tivela say omunya mepato replacement ansa no meto branta na wo metime aton no na yako PSG su kodi nkoma kakra PSG 40 million de sankaye abranta we de omro 40 million enti omo de omo nyoma so omo so no 40 million no metua bi amena kwa kwabro so ana afa omo kwa po etase abranta na nkasa omo ya frustrated kakra nka omunya kwa nanka didi dulanu makwa na go post na omunya se team kitwa bi anso ti community ane reporter afi akoda na kate adi ebana am the time se kan ne say Mason Greenwood kwabna yasi sisia no woko Jamaica ansa na wono opportunity say wonya dual citizenship no England ana afi Jamaica na passport no ma ya na nyama meduru ya reporter men say kam say sisia de okra Jamaican passport once abantele pese was switching nationality am the time say kan say sisia de on ho akwanya say obetime sia kan e de ama Jamaica enti anu ye Mason Greenwood enkoba kakra free card no enso akati e de ebane na Darwin Nunes wano ye Liverpool player e ba beto jasa Brantford ye say obenya ko Al Hilal na enno na ye say Al Hilal bobo ko no any Liverpool reach agreement ye say club to club ne de o mawie akasa Brantford na kasa ba dia tum say obedwa ni Al Hilal bobo ko no na fe Darwin Nunes enso etima ko Saudi Pro League enso update kakra me di eba woni na mame ko RB Leipzig mi ko din koma kakra wo mo cheso munya Harvey Elliott wo mo epe Harvey Elliott ye Liverpool player na akoda we ball no wonim ni boye pa eba ne fifi onyanya adwuma na Harvey Elliott adwuma be ye na wasuri ye pa yase RB Leipzig cheso munya player na ebe ye better enso edi amomo eno so koma kakra ne eno ada na chese ba se Manchester United wamo after Abi Leipzig kakato omo say omukwa 85 million euros 85 million euros say omate say Newcastle at the 90 million na de call 90 million no emu 80 million and yesika botin nankasa and add one enso 10 million but omo Manchester United there bibia womu bi 85 million euros no scatter say womo de ma Brantford di na di Pato Benjamin Sesko say na obi obetimi afi Abi Leipzig abesia kan de Manchester United na yesa Brantford obeka eno ada fifi ene ayala nyina ba beka to say Brantford na nkasa Manchester ko no omo se omo kate Leipzig say omo misa player ne say himfafa no person okọ kwabna yesi player no uheni di India yeso se wenya two teams ni nyina obebo emom baby obempa no aya Manchester United and Manchester 40 asa no se wala ye mana ye moyebo kwa na nsan ye mbeso obi abebu ye enti sa wo mwa ye mfezi kakra manti kwabna Manchester 40 sa kwa no beba pe na omo di 85 na di akọ we de mayade ye bia time beba na mbisa se na Benjamin Sesko kra ni Nicolas Jackson de kwabna se na Anka Jackson yo Anka Monfa Jackson Anka Jackson kwa se mudi 85 bank ya nwene ho kra eno se katam so moment Jackson akwanda ho beta kwabna sa obi ebi se na obi so nkwa ma yeye yesi Newcastle 40 sa no se je ya nyantama Jackson wo hia na asema fa ya se enti wɔn nso asase ne Nicolas Jackson kasa saa deɛ deɛ ɔmahu saa deɛ no deɛ ɛbɛyɛ no akwa wei ayɛ n'adwe sɛ ɔbɛkɔ akɔbɔ Manchester United wɔn si sɛ wɔn tim na wɔn nim adeɛ hɔ mo wɔn bɛdi nkɔmɔ na kɔ anim a wɔbɛhɛ last minute wɔbɛhu ansa na kyerɛ sɛ team bi afa player deɛ wɔn de yɛ Newcastle recently yɛ ne ti kɔmna deɛ ameti ne nti sisi adeɛ Nicolas Jackson yɛrɛ sɛ ɔno nso bɛtumi adwane Newcastle ɛyɛ bobo kwana no ada ana Chelsea officially wɔn mo nveli abrante de deɛ de Estavao Williams ata sɛ Estavao yɛn nveli ne kama ɛno ada na nyɛ yise kra wo abrante no Jesse ne fata ne yie pa ɔno ankasa de blue ɛkɔ ne video ma tim sampa bibia yɛ kama ne wɔda so pɛtɛ kama na nim sedeɛ na deɛ bisa sɛ na sedeɛ deɛ na ba no so so ɔno asanwie na ɔfrɛ yɛka no sɛ Thiago Silva wɔso mo last game no mo ne Thiago Silva mo Flamingo mu na ɛbɔ na obisa sɛ chamai sɛ wo de legendary Chelsea na hot say ɔno so you love it and kwabena ɔno ɔba nyina hedi trim sɛ Chelsea mu yɛ do ento ɔno ɔba nyina ne tim yɛ de ntɛno ada wasane na kyɛsɛ anya asɛm keto akra ɛno yɛ Estavao William na wase yɛn kama obi ankyɛ yɛ sɛ ba na waba Chelsea ne deɛ Johnny mu yɛ ana kyɛ so ɔde ba bɛboa Chelsea ama Chelsea nso atoa so akɔ n'anim na afei nso nkruwa no watumi ate na adeɛ baako pa ɛwɔ ne tim yɛ sɛ Chelsea bɔbɔkɔ no wɔka wiase fɛrɛ nyinaa team sɛ so a Chelsea bɔbɔkɔ ne county wɔbɛɛ de onim sɛ ɛnneɛma nyinaa ɛbɛyɛ kama nsom ade ama no na abrante kwabena wonim sɛ wase saa ne papa no ɔtaa ne yɛ training no ɛne ɔba fie no ɔne ne papa di training a ɛnya asɛm ketewa koraa na wase n'ani ante yie pa inspiration no ɛfiri ne papa hɔ in fact ne papa na ɛyɛ ne biribia ɛnso ɛde ma ne nti ɔba yi wɔne ne papa ne n'abusuafoɔ no nyinaa ɛnso aba akyɛ sɛ ɔmo wɔ England hɔ akyɛ sɛ ne gye ne yɛ kama nti ɔso ɔno na ɔboa ma saa no kyɛ sɛ ɛnneɛma nyina kɔ n'anim nti ɔse n'abusua deɛ ɔmfa ani agorɔ koraa ɛnom abrante de din ɛde Estavao William nkɔba kakra wɔde tuta na ɛna no pay yɛde bi ɛde da na Barcelona reporter men sɛ kam sɛ Barca mo aso yɛ din o Barca mo nyi ntum sɛ Luis campaign so na kwabena mo bɛkɔ akɔbɔ mo matisi Barca fo se tentina hom bɛbɔ mo matisi wɔ the new Spotify kam no kwabena me ta men sɛ ka sɛ Barcelona fo se impo sɛ Rufi no tio aso bɔ no metima bɔ wi adi sɛ fi 2026 ɛkɔ 2027 ana kyerɛ sɛ metima bɔ stadium no so na mprepe deɛ ebi masi aka nipa dodo akwa aye ebia nipa bɛyɛ 30,000 ana ebia 27,000 ana ebia ɔmabie ma akwa akyerama na bro so a aye 45,000 ɛno yɛ nkrɔfo a wɔn sɛ ba stadium no mu si aka wɔ hɔ a wɔmetuma akɔ akɔbɔ no hɔ bɛda yaze so na Luis campaigns aye monji kɔ no Barca ɛmono so so ɔmbɛsan kɔ back ɛno yɛ nkɔbɛ kakra ɛtodwa ɛwɔ ɛyɛ dwumade so Marco Kuya reporter men sɛ ka sɛ Chelsea ɛsɔ mo man contract extension na yaze contract extension bɛboa ama kyerɛ sɛ nneɛma ayɛ kama ɛde ama krate ne yɛ pɛ no ɛnso nkɔba kakra ne na mame maka ne Ter Stegen na miwie ɛwɔ yɛ dwumade so kwabena sɛ Ter Stegen asɛm no emu ayɛ di no kafra na nso men kafra kwabena yɛsɛ maka ne Ter Stegen wokɔ ɛyɛ La Liga you can't say refis no there be where players no mass situation na say Barcelona for the Coco kuna banten say one way ya omuni association na kokasa amateurs association for no company atum say o metima man suspension bi ana say o metimi ni na tele legally kwabra say Barca for boa yesa kwa no so koye no enkofo ka ten say nasem ne dem diri do ye ne kwan so anu nti no some na be mienum Barcelona for say players association no say Barcelona ewo ho akwanya bia se abrante no omu taking legal access against abrante de dinade aye makadi Ter Stegen so side na report say wono so aye La Liga players association no abaken se do aye ne kwan so ano no na kwabena sisi de akwakodu sa ya se Barcelona for koya gaga ewo La Liga for no omu kwa na ya se Barcelona for ko katom se na kwan ko no ye player ne yakwakoye surgery and ya tell me say at the end of 5 months must it change na ade se ma dia brante ne de na nsa na yes open baako e La Liga sa medical team num na yes na asem den yes e ka keto bi anka Barcelona for a convince o mo say ade no sa brante ne de anka nya hwe because o mo no mo de o mo player na o mo tell say ye player no wakoya ɔbɛyɛ sɛ adwina ɔbɛtena fie sei kwabena yɛ se papa no so deɛ no sɛ ɔdabi La Liga mmara ne kyerɛ sɛ player nankasa yɛ sɛ ɔsan wɔ so sɛ player ne nsan a ɛnyɛ de sɛ ɔmbɛgye atom da nti afei ɛyɛ na Barca sɛ neɛ deɛ ayɛ ndeɛ ɛhɔ na ɛma Barcafoɔ san ba baake sɛ anka this week yɛanka wɔm ne maka ne Ter Stegen wɔ nkonnwasie na nkɔmɔ ne abrante no atena se na ɔma yɛ discuss Barcafoɔ sɛ ɔmbu afu Ter Stegen no ɔnde ɔmfa so ɔmɔ register players now on fa ɛnyɛ hwee ɔmbɛpɛ kwan a ɔmbɛfa so ɔmo nso no bɛtumi register players na no so aka nti ane yɛ deɛ fi La Liga nim ɛde ɛba ɛwɔ yɛ dwumadie so ɛna no pɛ no yɛde kakra ɛde down with that mpatɔ biribi ni ɛkyɛ deɛ akwabena nsɛm ne dɔɔso deɛ bɛda aha ana ɛsɛ medi esi na ɛtumi ayɛ kama biribi wɔ ɛkyɛ deɛ na wabisɛm biribi ni wadeɛ neɛ yɛmfa nsi anim sei na
ɛkwan no anim
okay obeti scar na
2000
okay 20 million
20 million
yeah star 281 has star 281 has star 281 has na when me option 2 when me option 2 me 10 me 20 me 10 me 20 me 10 me 20 na fi unso siko no twa bi na di kwabena on say the chance Ballon d'Or china na nominees ne eba omo mvelie nominees ne nyina na ye chese abrante de Scott McTominay wɔkɔɛ no wansa itiri ɔyɛ adwuma paa ne din apie player nominees no ma Canada Ballon d'Or no me the full list no nso ɛde bɛba na kyerɛ sɛ biribi atima yɛ kama with that no akwa no bɛsɛ arrested man case.
Okay, thank you. Gabi the foreign at the yɛkɔ amanene yɛnto adwumadie no so ɛmfa ɛma mo mepatɔ ma yɛnyɛ ho aduro because yadeɛ ya paa nti anɔpɛ aduro a mekamfo de ama wo ɛyɛ Camphos Herbal Mixture ɛyɛ bibiduro kama na ɛbaa yɛ obi a wato bibia ɛka sɛ Richard aduro no nyamea no kure ni yɛnsuo bɛdi ho adanse sɛ ɛyɛ paa nti mpatɔ wotie me na wo diabetes ɛsikyire yadeɛ BP ɛhaw infections ɛhaw aduro anwumere a wote kɛtɛ so a na ade akye oliver ɔbrɛboɔ no problem ɛba ho a ɛno ane Camphos Herbal Mixture na mekamfo ade ama aduro yi ebi wɔ Fredimens, Colinac, Apidank, Glycol Pharmaceuticals or Santase ɛyɛ ne nti no obiara ɛtɔ bi ntimpakyɛw ɔso kotobi nɛdɔm na ntimi ɛmmoa wie pan kɔkɔɔ sunya ne kɔnɔngo brekum onna na aduro no bi ɛwɔ hɔ 0245 455 740 na wagye bi anom kama pa tap send ɛyɛ app a wedi abrochefo na ayisu ti sɛ wɔ US Canada for mo Europe mo nso mo UK so ho ba bia obia o send sika de aba Ghana download the tap send ɛwɔ phone so na sika bia o de ba fie bia mpa to use tap send no ɛfa send sika no bra kama pa ɛma bibia enye yie enso emfama IMSEC Mining and Engineering Training School ɛwɔ Obuasi Zongo sesei kane ba bia ne ono ya sesei nsa kakra timpam cho muntie ne sesei ye behind high sense building no sa building no na chi na IMSEC Mining and Engineering Training School ye edeko in programs there mo amani mi etwe say the city down track nom forklift excavator wheel loader roller backhoe any bulldozer ani na na ekire awo ho na say school no empany for trans no ma hu say so obia ni padodo na person mo ram into mining but omo nche da anim hu nim de bia ani nti oma biem ama in such a way say so free abonten ana obo ase aba besua bia maybe I would do Tibeto no hostel hono indina a fee and a day Emma war a fair equipment also the babo who buy a dear share did nano and so a fee and a forklift training no and also to say yano a free and in the name when we are near those certificates at the amount 3 months now will be 200 cities now they are your form now what filling the kama pa me patch number no a 0539 732 766 namno any enkomo medimosis process center there maka chiro se ho prostate bia ye be se dia ye bia se problem aba ho ana ebi kura feina so enya akoda stage a ndina eyade a medimosis process center ye be show prostate no enso etimi e de ama oba awo ma se sei ukukura threaten so am you oba wari bi e de aka ho ori ebegu bra na yemwa na etimi awo oba a woman no me pacho mu nyina mo nko sanso na wo se ho problem bia e dentist a o me hwe se no enso etimi edi ama wo na yare bia ha bia oba ayamanimosis a yefiu ne hwe wi a na yama odura ebetimi enso aboa wi pa ye kira kwan ewo kuma se ya santase eye ayenma kokoben oboase santase road on sabetimi akan eno ane so ne ebedi nkomo awo 0244 068 447 na munomu eni eye enkomo na etiefo de etiene se meka se ya okọ Brokroom Estate ya wo estate house kesepa ye ton enti si wani je na ope estate house ato awo Brokroom Estate me pacho eno an so obefre na nipa ajapade ne dia no motimi eni no adi nkomo number ne 0540 112434 0540 112434 estate house ye ton awo Brokroom Estate into any jinwa na wa frame me pacho nom Rush energy drink isan se na baboa ama onso anya hoden sonko edi aye adwuma wo sori bia numbi because we know caffeine kakra bi na wo jinsin tu ma ebeboa mo atimi aye adwuma ye pa no side effect anything na say you be ha obi a no energy drink bia no eno a Rush energy drink na oto de atimi anum no kama pa obeso tukwan ekobro ni krom ebia wo de ne ya adesua obeso okotena okobobra ana bia wo kwa abrochi no akọ hwe keke bu o timi ko say bia me ko US me nim ho me ko hwe bia 1 week 2 months na osan abefi ni na ebe ne kama pa country bia beso ko bia no Bomba stores ebe ne kama enso atimi edi ama na me ka say ye pe mo ye modwuma so wan kasa yo adwuma entrepreneurs no ye pe mo na ye di mo atukan a business trip na ye ko ye penipa aduonum 50 na edemo akọ eye Turkey na mo ankasa na makohia manufacturers no mo no ma didi nkomo die ni wi a afi wo pese ofa ne ma de bagana na wa ankasa just a matter of phone call ofre ya na mo do niam ni na ade aba edwadie no wa kokko fa ne ma ne ba eye chance oba mo obi akofa ba na wa kogi bi awo ono ne nsem no abeton ba sa na emfaso no akitu abi mesaw Bonva store ye kira kwan awo eja ya tech eja yene Victory Baptist asori no na eben yi pa ana so betumi afren no akonto nsem ni na ne di nkobo 0531 085 235 na munomo eni nkomo chilled coke de ede na chire kra dia o eni na chese ayeda sa broso so ho enti anopai me kanfo coke ade ama na Coca-Cola Ghana beverages ese omomo obia finchiapa so Ghana for my ade pa coke ba obia no bi fie bia berum bia obia no bia nti omo so se aduru bra ese omo so tim say thank you to Ghana so and it say 300 ml no 5 series 5 series 300 ml no 5 series ukura bia tobi na onso enomoto anu tobi edi kofie na se bibia no kama pa enso edi amade edi twato okra no na P phones and accessories aho na ye kona original phones ni dina no yakotobi awo ho se open Nokia Samsung Tecno Infinix Itel on sabetumi akabi oba na usika no enso a odi bitua ha fa Ghana card ebra na dia ka no yes ready man companies mobile mo pe phones do na dia chamo workers no mobile better bonus so dia ma ye promotion yes to ade me nche wade enema bibiri na ye che branded t-shirt a chair sikabotin 5000 enema pi ka ho bi na ye che e na pi phones na accessory okokuma se eye adumu a asida also no ye ho obi wa jeke building ni me ho na akwesi ajuma building ni me ho nso eye ade a ye wo ho ni komo 0533 93 0533 093422 0533 093422 na munomu eni enkoma no pay omo na asua na 1040 yenhye enkomo twetwe na se emfa ema joining live on Facebook in 4.5 na yemfa jimadi no entu amoso ene ye question no Amuzupi question of the day near very, very simple. The day you the Padudona Chesen Kebeya Omra Ghana. Na a Ghana Premier League, you may pay clubs in the BMO. Na and then a question I be saying says the date yes, say Oba Ghana GPR clubs no. The ain't and Kadidia you NCA Kai Emfa Emomo. Enya Hasufuk, Enya Kotoko, and others. The team Bena officer. The day you eba say Oboboy Ghana Premier League bia team Bena Omo Emfa Emano Eno ene Amuzupi question of the day. Yedi Enso Ebisamu Eno Fifi Manfred.
Rich, good morning.
Good morning. Now to say
me where now sir.
Adom Nyame Gusu Shirami.
Okay.
Sure. I mean
I was walk to church on every Twitter say, "Oh sir, Newcastle phone."
oh Mr.
So saying maybe a big claps.
Say Eddie Howe am a good friend. Yeah, Oko Yuka, Madame for Pano. I didn't come on. But on Sadibu ha a bradia.
Or Fadia.
Oh Fadia.
Dadia.
And Penifonam. A cran. Auntie, we there. Eddie Howe, Mia, and Madame for now. I could have opened now, frame a catch him so. My whole baby or Leipzig. I see a friend of Benjamin's. Oh, a friend of phone. Anytime you're framing. Eddie Howe. Oh, yeah, I'm a good friend. My number I'm using to Ghana.
02495050.
A frame anytime you're bon come. Oh, so Oko branch on frame. Catch him so, my who strike a be. Our Leipzig. Nambuza and friends and also Sesko. I'm so okay. Uncle, but you see, if we are tenants na share data, science, Bibia, optics, ni Bibia, Kikabuno. The guy is a fine striker. quality striker. And I'm catching a fake. He said, on country board, no. Say, me share boy, no, he's good. To many amorim kasa. Na yemfa boy, no. To where the Harry, fetch me. Boy, no, or your number one. But I gave you her and penny for nam. And I'm going to make it. Yafa. Enko.
Yeba you be this sound common na. Well, some things are for men only, dear. See, it don't maybe come on. Which where Basa for ne. Enye omuhune air premium. It's not as if Barca by force want to play at the Spotify camp now, even though they don't have stadium in complete. And you see, one Laporta more delusionized to the extent that they by all means want to play at the Spotify camp now. Now, why am I saying this? Rich, Inca at the Stadio Luis de Companys, one of them, any bad place for them to play. They trying to take kind of music. It's a good place for them to play. In terms of capacity, Luis Companys know about 45,000 every time. But Rich, the operational cost of Barca playing at the Luis Companys compared to the Ombebo even at the Camp Nou at 30,000 crown. Rich, Ombenyeska every Camp Nou anymore. Than some Akobo Luis Companys full capacity. In fact, last season, they were only about 5 games spent at Barca boy away at the Luis Companys. Omunya a full capacity. So fans traveling to the Luis Companys was an issue. 2, say Omubo even at full capacity. Omunyeska engine say Omubo at the Spotify camp with 30,000 people. When you see the report and almost every now and then, Barca are trying to push it down. Say Omubo games no. And the Spotify company, it is not because maybe they are too desperate, but a club one of the ways to make me PFS have financial struggles is all of those gate proceeds that they can get, the gate revenue no benya every Spotify company. When Gabi said that, oh, they have not even installed the roofing, but they still want to make sure they'll play. It is true. Barcelona are not planning to install roofing this summer because it will take them 6 months to install the roofing at the Stadio de Camp Nou. So then, hire won't install it roofing. No, but without the roofing because it doesn't affect anybody. Barcelona have been granted that opportunity. Say between that weekend of on the 11th of September to the 13th of September, they can play that Valencia game there. They want to return and play that match, because at the beginning they will play almost all of them games away. Then subsequently around the 12th to 13th of September, Omobo Valencia game over the Stadio Camp Nou, Spotify Camp Nou. Omobo Honuma, they are targeting some revenue no be increase. Revenue increase here. Then Champions League games no any other they will try and play most of them over here at 30,000 capacity. Rich and unim adiaba quite affected Barca last season. He say Uni say most of the clubs no in Europe they do a lot of activations. Into Barca sponsors no Spotify, Mones and Cofono. And they could have done activation in front of the Camp Nou. But you can't go and do that at the same rate where you do it at the Mujik. Yes, Kasa. So activation seeker. Barca for no idea of the Barca is spy. A whole city project that they want to do around the Camp Nou. To the extent say value say by the time a Camp Nou annually it should give them 200 million in terms of revenue. Camp Nou alone. About I think a couple of months ago, Real Madrid for a year, Santiago Bernabeu, they got revenue of 1 billion across board, not just the stadium. But in that of the stadium, it was between 200 million to about 500 million just from stadium. Stores, some of them are rents, activations, some of them, even VIP boxes. It gives them a lot of money. Rich. One report
outside the box.
Yeah, one report in say Charlie. Almost this is an emblem. And Rich, oh yeah, dang.
It's in Zubasa Yenska.
Yes, and Rich, even apart from the economic and Sikasemi economy, Rich, whatever you do, Barca soon our Camp Nou one.
Sure.
That is where they feel like this is Barcelona playing, even with 1,000 capacity a Camp Nou. So they always want to make sure they go to the Camp Nou, and they will do that in September. Barca will return there. I want to see that happen. Rich, Sport say Sisia, Marc-Andre Ter Stegen, any Barca and saying something about the war. That is what Sport is saying. SL Aguera. That is what Sport is saying. Say about the war in front of Mundo. Mundo says that it has ruptured totally apart. The relationship between Marc and Ter Stegen, any Barcelona for Rich, totally it has ruptured. Yesterday, everybody knew my conclusion of this matter. You can't fault Marc and Ter Stegen too much because Barca are or no, and I in Kofobi ama on say what he may want to make sacrifices for the club, but the club will not honor him. And it has also been clear, say, although on free club, the club already has his replacement, so he doesn't have a place there. So maybe in the head of Marc and Ter Stegen, yes, minim simeko. But if I will go knowing that my name and I've gotten what I want. Again, does Marc and Ter Stegen win in this way? I don't really think so. Minim say, Barca will use whatever they have. So make Marc and Ter Stegen and gets the way over there. In fact, La Liga board until there is a signature of Marc and Ter Stegen, it can't come there.
But is it it seems as a Barca for a deliberate attempt. Sa Brantino. You could pick keeper for the Omaba. You better taking it off. Na and no pave way so that you better me register players be.
Yeah.
Because to be honest with you,
yeah.
Look, Saosha Ter Stegen go our daddy ama Barcelona. Yeah. Me, Obian will be to my catch him Brantino and you're good goalkeeper. He's a good goalkeeper. Ebia pra fine. Yeah. So any players the name.
Yeah.
You can't take it out.
Yeah.
See the football come and you're number one.
Yeah.
Number two, and say Abranti. Anya Shekwan were number one, the Germany national team. So on Yadia, you name Germany national team. Come on in that go pussy. It is for Barca to tell we are sitting as a branch on year number one. On year number two, name number three. No. As a BB catch him say Barca for a shed as you ever say a branch say. And it's so bad.
I don't think you are
It's
wrong.
so bad.
I don't think you are wrong. I think
Ekwamade Abrante na faso no. Very, very bad.
Rich.
Almost almost send a carrier.
Oh.
Man, that is how I see it, to be honest with you.
I want to say you are being a little bit
No,
far-fetched,
Meba. On say Abrante bibi anye no. Muso onko yo operation. Oso obekọ akoye. But on no operation na okọ akoye no. But the info to some extent I disagree with him. Because operation nyaw na okoye.
Yeah.
Nipa na oso obeye no. Honestly say we 4 to 5 months.
Yeah.
And also according to also next we don't need to come say 3 months there. But you see, so we're back and forth of two parties now. It looks like as a pass of one should I say what branch you be for near registered.
But whilst that can be true from a perspective, Barca also has a legitimate stance.
Saying,
you see, many Barca for only arguing with their approach, but their stance in terms of its legitimacy, no many arguing. Which 2 seasons ago, any last season, Marc-Andre Ter Stegen has not been durable. We see plenty players then, but the player when you're available to play for your team, you can't be counted on. Especially when you are one of the highly paid players at Football Club Barcelona. Uko Barca books no swa. Onu na nisi kaso ka ho. Ono Frankie de Jong.
Barcelona deneka.
Yes, Metias. Ono Frankie de Jong. These players are highly paid at Football Club Barcelona. Rich, it is a Frankie de Jong airball game week in, week out. Nasa, we are part of the most highly paid players at the club, and you are not playing. Nasa Usika Osra. Rich, trust me, I always make emphasis to business decisions. It will come down to that.
I agree.
Yes, the approach is the problem. Say, Barca for no one.
There's an approach in America.
But Rich, at the end of the day, Barca were always going to look for somebody to come in before they go into the market, because in Kabasa for no Ter Stegen and so no go for one Garcia man, their bargaining power or their bargaining strength would have reduced. Yes, Barca had a general plan. I agree, but I don't think some person was saying a career. We got to a point where no Marc-Andre Ter Stegen now he was not durable enough to be able to play for football.
Barcelona, omo ya enye be so bad about them. And they had the money their mom.
Oh, yeah,
my another example, Frankie de Jong.
Yeah.
Time I know person taking off from books, you know. They know the Abrante. Chinchilla was on my corner. Abrante say I want to play. To the sense of see or to the Zikazo. So Barca say a person.
Oh, in fact, now
it's so bad.
Frankie de Jong put a sofa in dance. Proper Catalan people. Hodi album. PK mo. All of them, they left the club through the back door.
Yes, indeed, no, so bad.
But you see, Rich, near Jose Bartomeu, where they club, and baby a club, they could dream. They have to take some of these decisions. And unfortunately, say Marc-Andre Ter Stegen is going to be a subject of that. I mean, I say Spanish football players, body, they say he has every right. Say Barca phone, even if it comes to discipline issues, they can't do anything to him, and they've called him. Again, the report from yesterday is that Barca phone penna. They can't even meet him to convince him to sign. I think that Barca has 30 days. Some of these are reports in the back. They have enough time. I think they will try other ways to try and convince Abrante, a friend of Marc-Andre Ter Stegen, to go in there. Which, Enra, Chelsea Fono unveiled Willian Estevao de Almeida ewo mo club horom Akoba. Now, you see, Chelsea Fono, the brief from the day they bought this boy was that at Brazil they call him Messinho, and in South America, and your Brazil Fono, even the Argentines believe that he is going to be the next Messi. Oh yeah, and only be rich.
Hey, Kofi. Brazil Fono can't wait. Oh, I go that way.
The nickname of the friend, Padauma, and you're in America.
And I can say now, because we're the next idea.
Not it's money nickname. They say that he's going to be the next Messi. That's why they call him Messinho.
But your Messi no for Argentina.
No, Masima Meka, they went
free Brazil.
Yes, Messi, even the Brazilians and even the Argentines in South America. And I was about to explain to you.
But you meet me can be way. Now I'm coming to kind be all.
Me hear me analysis. Me everywhere I got it from.
That is shown a fact checking.
Mami Kamasem.
Yen cancer no raw near Jamako. Yenza.
Debbie say in Kasem coming.
Because my kind of transa and qua. Ubabe Busa Muslims are Richard and Wimusaka.
Asemno and Kamikano Ro and Kamin Bambi Duru Akram Bambe. He produces a company from Nhyira Juma. And the reason why I'm where I am right now is because I've been fact checked throughout my career. I'm fact checking.
Okay, so I'm the next level Messi.
So they call him Messinho.
Okay.
Now, when you say Esteban Willian Enya the debut for Palmeiras at age 16. In that season at age 16, he had 16 goal involvements. And before Esteban Willian, not the only player YB had been only a branch friend in Neymar da Silva Santos. He had not had played in the Brazilian Serie A before. Rich, at age 16, he scored in the South American Championship. Their friend Copa Libertadores knows a day and then. He scored in there. Very, very important competition. He scored there. And since that time, you know, Brazil have kept on saying, say, this boy looks like the next big thing out of the competition, you know, even ahead of the Vinicius Juniors, Rodrigo Goes, and the likes. Now, I was about to say something before you intervened. Since I started supporting Chelsea, you know, I think that only Eden Hazard has come close to all of those synonyms and attributes if you even want to get close to Lionel Messi. And since Esteban was announced by Chelsea 1 year ago, I've constantly decided to make sure I'll talk about the boy with a pinch of salt. I didn't hear. Rich, the jump from the Brazilian League to the English Premier League, you know, is very steep. And it will take a lot of work for Esteban Willian to establish himself in Europe. Some of the samba flair, no near chiene dribbles, that you get in the Brazilian League, you may not be able to get that English Premier League. So you want to be careful if you are talking about Esteban Willian. But the numbers are there for everybody to show. At age 16, scoring the South American Championship was deemed to be very, very important for a young boy his age. At age 17, Rich, Abra boy no echo more the next season on the game no. The goal contributions in that season was 26. He doubled the goal contributions the year prior, making 15 assists. Okaboma, it was getting into about 41 goal involvement in just in a handful of games, about 77 of them. The numbers kept on growing, to the extent that Wabeya the youngest Brazilian to start for the Seleção. And everybody knows the Brazilian national team. Born Unimba, you won't start. If you are not close to a certain Neymar and Vinicius Junior and Sankofona, you won't get a part to play in the Brazilian national team. And the signs are there for him to become a top player. Now, it's a very interesting thing. Uni say, unlike a lot of Brazilian boys now, Esteban doesn't come from a home like that. In fact, Papa is suffer. Ni papa na Gabi kan ho asem. Ni papa na suffer. Now, according to Esteban Willian, Abrana ni mami nyim no. Obi se ni papa nkom se obebo. Iti for ni papa from the very first day Esteban Willian eyawo ne top form no. Wadi faith echi any Nigeria si ahye ne nkom se ne ba ne bebo akodu eso. It every time odinachi to the extent say Ojai na djuma na oye won chen just to always travel with a branch friend Esteban Willian. Interview or crampa na ese okoko she Esteban no bobo ne ko no ababaka be ya sorry just because ya sending come say the ban bebo. So Esteban has a different Brazilian journey and the numbers are there to show for that. Oshana, which for a lot of people who doubted Esteban Willian, I think that the biggest opportunity for Obia was the Club World Cup. And everybody who watched Esteban Willian, I think about in the 5 or 6 games of boy, you know, majority of them were the man of the match. Because I remember the Palmeiras game. To the extent that he scored against Chelsea and also won the man of the match of that game, you know. Quality display. Everybody that also would have doubted the quality of the Brazilian league would have watched the Brazilians or Club World Cup with him. And everybody who understands the Brazilians they back Club World Cup no. They proved to Obia Sebon Omunimbo. And we see Esteban yesterday has been unveiled. Whether or not he is going to be Messinho or English Premier League name, whether or not he can get to even the level of Lamine Yamal or even Copa One initiative, a matter of time. Okay. But in terms of potential, they believe that he can get there. Now, in the first words, I'll say I am very, very excited. It is a new experience in my life. a new stage. I am looking forward to it. Into Chelsea right hand side, honor there, Rich. Sisi Ababaye, Pedro Neto, Estevao Willian. Pedro Neto, Estevao Willian. And if Cole Palmer can play there, he also moves in the. In fact, from last year, Nani Entourage this will bet me about even as a 10. But I doubt that in Europe they will put him in those tight spaces. Our English Premier League. Cole Palmer plays there, and hopefully Estevao Willian will go to the next. Oh, and again, I said my Tony said almost a year and a half to wait until I arrived here. But it has been a year and a half that I have worked hard and I've done my best to get here in the best shape possible, according to Abrantia, your friend Estevao.
Okay, Sanui, Apetesia, Nekuatia, okay.
Menkai.
Unti down. Okay.
Are they saying?
As a Nipa no boy, no call, no for. A bonny Numina, a person escape one. Apetesia Nekuatia, on Pessoa Bobo. No more a concert now as a chairman. What boy Munina? I don't know why I just home.
Yeah.
Ubo, why more yaba few.
Yeah, then I
was a matter. Wow, so offer Saki and Zana will best you are. Enti Sawasama who can say, even the Brazilians, as well the next level of you prove me, I will show you so. And I'm saying, Metia for fast checking. Unkasam trana unkosa. Enti upo umpo. So mama sa link na mko kai bi.
No problem.
No sisi o.
Mama informa se musina me fa mo.
Now man here no so who. Obobo sa no.
Mama wie.
Bo ansa no afia yi so asifo.
Na obi a o hwe bia ba na o ma check enyo na beka.
Kofi.
Enyo na beka. Enyo beka
te check enyo a meme de mi ana bi kire o.
Na enyo no kre. Se ro no mo ko fa e conjecture ne ba na headline. Na enyo no kre.
Story na me kind he na ya conjecture bibi o.
The important kan baby as Chelsea players ni tena form. Na make a show.
Kofi.
But one kasa Rich.
Apranke mejiwa aje o. Mejiwa aje. Entro no edoso. Entro no edoso. Was he is the next Brazilian. Into omo kan Brazil. He is the next Lionel Messi. Brazil for na kan Brazil crew no. I'm so me interested was our story. I want to read.
Now I've even explained to you. Many need our change nature.
Acho, any facts.
No, I won't come. I mean, analysis.
They won't even prove me.
No. Leave
until you prove me wrong.
I have listeners to judge me. Let them judge me. Me, if I'm not good enough,
listeners, listeners, who are now
there. Won't Tiama my style. We are against supporters union. Won't Tiama listeners. We are against supporters union for president. You told the Chelsea player compare Messi there any what
I didn't grant as I'm here.
It will be like any Chelsea for a boy if you
why do you have to even do that
comparison? The boy from Brazil coming. Almost Zanomo can do one and say, what's your problem?
Kofi Pa.
Now
you are a top analyst.
Obi Tigana
and think you can maybe say Zanam Coca.
Maybe it's out top analyst the couple of Kakana.
Oh, you're top analyst. I never expected this from you.
Let me talk.
To be honest with you.
So you don't let me talk.
I don't pay what my says for
Obi Tigana so Bobo Selaminia man. Estevao Willian no team about Messi. What are you saying?
Yanko, here you go. Benjamin Sesko.
Say one now.
The best striker in the world. Akwen go share.
Oh yeah, you need ah now person over. Nenye one aka che
say big o.
Where
he too big.
Say then
teams are called Benjamin Sesko who are. What say no to them?
Teams where
Chelsea go so.
Chelsea are Benjamin Sesko. Chelsea and Benjamin Sesko senior. We were clear from the onset. We bought Liam Delap, bought Joao Pedro, and Benjamin Sesko. How can somebody who scores 13 goals in the Bundesliga, who doesn't have even 20 plus goal involvement since his time in the Bundesliga and he Chelsea and corner? As now crown of Pedro, we say this boy, Mr. I'm in pessimist, I kind of analysis. Chelsea and corner to us, yeah, to us. But how can someone on the credit? He be also senior to us.
I video
Chelsea and corner. Me man, me dey never check. Me say, okay, na say. Enye no kra me catch Chelsea and corner. Enye was in.
Is it the first second watch here?
Chelsea and corner. David Chelsea go back Mesesko. David Chelsea go back Mesesko.
Ati.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yenko na.
You go.
Your time so.
Your time so senior. And the American say, Sisi ayi dry ka say, prepare ka say. Newcastle need to depend Manchester United. That is certain.
Okay.
But for sure, team say don't make it look like because Newcastle bid more than you know. Express and pampa in natural fact, Sikano Sochen, no. It could be that Manchester United add-ons were more feasible than Newcastle's. So yes, the two clubs no only in the same level. Manchester United has the pool for Benjamin Sesko. He's a good player. Everybody knows my stand on Benjamin Sesko. Only a bad player. I would have loved that Manchester United would have invested the money into the middle of the park than get a Benjamin Sesko that gave Leipzig last season 13 goals in the league alone. And also, Odion Mukodi is 7th position. In my opinion, when you have goals in Cunha and Mbeumo, you don't particularly need Benjamin Sesko. But United fans believe that this is the guy to go. And Sporting Director says that that's the guy. Then who am I? We check it off. United in Kwankotono. The season is starting in just about 2 weeks. We will come here to analyze Benjamin Sesko week in, week out. We hope. Say it doesn't become another Hoyland. It doesn't become another Zegzi. It doesn't become Anthony. No. Medjuma NSB. Who Medjuma says host to crowd Bekebi. I mean Medjuma. I'm best Medjuma. So that's what we are saying. Here we go. Here we go. Oh, seriously, when you agreement, we be anchor here. Oh, jumping gun.
Player no Bobo no say choose Manchester United.
This year goes there. Oh, you see.
Or no friend Newcastle for I'm sorry.
I okay.
Also from the I'm sorry. Team na person me Bonafide no maba.
Na say na mo ho de dada. No odwen ho.
Yeah, finito.
No odwen ho. Yes, isi am 3. Am 3 attackers in 48 goals no mo share last season. Matthias Cunha, Brandon Mbeumo, Benjamin.
Super computer. Me say enfichna no. Baby e dan be sesa. So de to 12. Na ochine be ba 4th nim.
Super computer dey.
Top 4 ne be bem.
Super computer nko dey me mfa nya adwuma. This is super computer.
Okay, che why na yenko. Che code ni yenko na ayala.
Na is it me so just 30 seconds on Thomas Ter Partey meaning say ayala.
Yeah.
Which I had not taken my time to look at charges na no dey about Partey, you know. Because and issues like this, no, I always want to be the last person to talk about it. Because one, it borders on legality. Two, it borders on Obahwa and it's emotional. And it's also against a man, and I'm a man. So most of the times I drag my feet in this kind of conversations. But Rich, I saw this graphic from Media General 3 Sports. Which charges no TO. I was charge 1. Anal rape of complainant 1 reached TO between April 2021 and May 2021 during consensual vaginal sex and intercourse. It is charge 1 say no pertaining about have consensual sex. And for some reason a party called for a backdoor. It is backdoor area one party and these are alleged things. One party quite often fetch and in the course, Rich, who share the time frame now? It is between April 2021 and May 2021. Charge 2. Or say anal rape of complainant 1. The same complainant 1 now. Or the charge 1 more party. No. On one or somebody say after May and April 2021. No. In 2021 April any June. Or sign by back.
As I got GB.
And I only have to go fetch him. She said, "Honor, more honey," and so say they were having consensual sex.
Okay.
So that is for me the little problem in the charges. Last one, I say vaginal rape of complainant 2 in December 2021, reported to the police in February 2025. Rich, my problem, and yesterday I was speaking to a doctor. No many about doctor and I call it in common. And because I say, how are they going to ascertain? So I charges because if it happened in 2021 and then the report came in 2025. Because even with my little biochemistry background, I don't know if it's going to be DNA, what kind of forensic testing is going to happen. I'm really waiting. I like the way he carried himself out court on him, and he's going to be able to go and play with Villarreal. Many I just say at least the life ember at a standstill and he can go on with it.
All right, ayana bra na yen trust because me yin kra me bra na yen trust na fe yen fa dwumadi no emfa emma atifo.
Your friend say me will code but me to infant to job because my time na so.
Okay.
Social media handles, Twitter, Facebook, all of them. We who code na what check.
Okay. Intro dwumadi no so 4.5 and no Facebook, YouTube, Insha TV. okobia me patch or subscribe mami or subscribe we are anytime bia na ba live na onso no wenya notification ne kama no atimi abehwe dwumadie no ebi awo ayala to so na a question of the day na muzu p no maka o say the day are you eba ye Ghana Premier League nim so obabobia club ben and the day are you emo emfa emano has folk kotoko and others obetimi at the answer no aba on Facebook YouTube nso no of course obetimi at the answer no aba na yakinkan at the amount straight menko Bismarck osu bempa ayala ho na on fire into yeni amene nkomo na nsa na ebefia ya won sempi awofia no so ya bedwendwene ho 3 times ya propose for a GFA president and Black Stars I won't say something na no yenko Bismarck osu bempa ayala ho na emra good morning now what to say
me adom me hoya
me ase
Dr. Amuzu me Amuzu Pino mesra we ya brand we ya babawa wonya infection a wadura no ya yebi akwa kwati true en nabia no odi ekopa Amuzu P onuma ebeko na rich say the day ba me answer ne so nkobo ba bia ne Go Stars omo no mo Champions League.
Okay.
Yeah. Omo no mo the biggest African competition our Mojina Ghana name and say Oban ebe here ne more to uplift any local team. Baby any Go Stars will be the best team. Men camera any muso kwakobbo. Send ebe ya obetimi aboa omo na omo ISL ewo Africa e de amame. Nti say the day you back Ghana na also obebo any Ghanaian Premier League. Maybe I will prefer obebo ede ama baby any Go Stars. Wa wuti e no so betimi de odi aba. Team anka ojiri se enka dede ayu anka obe professor obebo rich enra ni e be pon show no ena me ka kire wo se the details of Emmanuel Krobo against Partey 350 DW no quite revealing and a bit here because na yenyina ya adwene ho se ebede na oba baako aka say yenya na arepu 2 times we are raping 3 times. 3 times in what sequence? O repu wene. And later 1 week time was akwa sa de biem no repu and I was akwa sa de biem and o repu. And I say o share say on order in the process nana o sa ye biem ana at the same time. And woman consent. Send ya titi o mofunu way. Me ma consent in the process if I tell you to stop. So when nasa okoso na oya, that one is also considered as rape. And how was the explanation from a man or more accusing you to Master Partey? Say we rape no. What are the details? Knowledge. Me say mo hear me touching about me. I feel the details neighbor. And I started say at the and Fifi has also done some work to be on it. Rich na me ka say e twetwe aso kakra.
Nti ase no
twetwe aso kakra. But at least it is making some sense bi. First lady they say oni yenwane ti ase so mo beda na enna no eye nana yenyina ye nim ni bi no se obema na obe hyiemu a sebi the two private parts no okay it's okay private parts no baby a eye adwuma. Now that is the charge one no rich name no when the consensual vaginal sexual intercourse no koso no sani obi anim baby oba ho kwan da na baby abema ho kwan da no sa enanum koso no no say rape ne by abra na Partey epese ofanachi
meaning ne hono anje antum
simple
ebi ya unu aka o mi pese me kwa
aha and o say dey bi
no go area
enti magia tum say me no beda you are not raping me mama o me consent say me no beda na mum no according to first charge na oba na dey ba say rape na ɔka wasɛm no ɛnsi sɛnea mimi no wonim sɛ ɔbɛma ne ɔbɛda no na mmom no ɛyɛ n'akyi asɛm na ɔka. That is the first charge. Rich, interestingly, the second charge is also talking about n'akyi rape. It will have first charge, you know, anal rape. Charge 2, anal rape. Now, charge 3, let's say, and only a vaginal rape.
Wow.
So, and what do you mean, you know, the name say Obano Bema da, baby Obao Quainan, a sad Nibia.
Bobana,
But man, yes. Man, says on famous Aquanas. And that is the third charge, you know. Rich, the fourth charge comes back to anal rape on February 2022. And this other charge is now anal rape. Say you near Partey person fa Obano echi. April 2021, between April 2021 and May 2021. Second one, and also anal rape, no, and so April 2021 and June 2023. The na a sebi baby or buy who coin down, and one tier and also or reporting my police in February 2025. But I didn't see it. I was December 2021. The fourth charge, you know, I know so yeah a chira seminal, and so SCA in February 2022. Then Rich. Fifth charge, you know, and so a baby or bow quinda, which is the fifth charge. Then a sexual assault in the assault and yet say all the all penetrate you be a mom ebi a wabon the toe ebia
try say the baby
say who knew me and the crime so on panel. And see these are the 6 charges now. Rich Echo Etia Yenya Thomas Partey, and that is the best explanation. You bet me at the Amade is a subject of Ghanaian interest, and Omobet me at the HNT. Rich, let's move on.
Whether I will move you on there, but Sanka Dr. B. On boy and Kakra. Like Fifi was asking, dear forensic text now, Brofuno, because I'm saying, Siate. The dear no one say, I'm pa, the obey can so, wouldn't trans or family. Yen who say, I'm pa, be a party.
You see?
You know, yeah, chill.
You see,
Doctor Foni I
think and only the trial will expose because wow legend.
You need to
know the ones my say ampa mini uja foda and no try so for me man penny. But not all for some so be found. Evidence are a man one, they will show it.
Okay.
Because so should be pa. For instance, Rich, look at the third charge. Also reported to police.
Okay.
And there are some SCNano. After the incident, yes, Mako police station. I can report to say as soon as see me say. And this time, you know, the evidence now one or the amount police for no.
That happened in December 2021.
Oh, I said something a term that. Wow. Who check case now between 2021 and 2022 some. And yet nothing. And it's something yes. I manage to say, if you are a police, I can report it then after me see you know. And based on police in the report, sometimes evidence a war ban one. Me na and on make a cabo more or make me a day ayo case. Now Rich, I told them pa. Dear Omo describing as rape, no, doesn't mean you are able to go through the process. It doesn't mean you are able to go through the process, no. I don't think assault, harassment, but when it comes to rape, there's a certain element of penetration.
Sure.
And also someone, I think that the court will be able to decide. Rich, within bare 4 or 5 days, Abanti friend Benjamin Sesko, based on information I have 2 sources seems to have flipped the preference. Because me jina here and omo mutashe inshane omutie insha passport ebedi dance you say me be reveal say there is a certain sports newspaper our Benjamin Sesko Kroma for Slovenia your friend Delo I report say the guy has chosen Newcastle now you can't ask him no my share was that but Sesko no all joining team a friend RB Leipzig that time no na name Manchester United omo technical director in Christian Vevio no ono so the name only the say Abrantia ever sign the Manchester United enti ever the signer Abrantia friend Sesko. You are dealing with two clubs now you are dealing with the only the bako are convinced of Sabrano or you will be a unimuno because of club now one in paper on don't call but you choose so wait you see the other one H as a and just and he continue to convince Benjamin Sesko say Manchester United now on one and they had the best club I also bra na obebo and with his presence and no matter who at the amano. Now, you better say Newcastle for the bid. Rich, the details of the Newcastle bid was 82.5 plus 2.5 add-ons. And the Okabomwa 85 million. And almost at the coin. Now, just when Yebe Poe show, no, and I'm a catch also, there's been a story carried by David Austin say Manchester City do proposal akodru CCA. But Rich, when I was on the show, me catch you will say Manchester catch RB Leipzig say they will only bring their offer if Benjamin Sesko catch you say omo what you see omo. So the moment Manchester the mobile the corner, then probably it meant to say Sesko and me to move decisions of saying, okay, I have chosen Manchester. Now show me the figures I will work at the mommy. Rachel say Manchester Koya. Almost you, yeah, the yamba 82.5 plus 2.5, you know. Though you also come with 85. By the end say, yeah, mama 75. Now you add also no plus 10. Na yede amamu. Now Rich, Obebusa said, how did Manchester United raise these monies in this difficult financial time for the club? Rich, Manchester was yo ayala kawakuma tuyem. Unumkwaya faso ya engineer sikawi. Ye Rashford FA yesika samuso. Oko Barcelona. Inti enono maeska kaka. Kama na yede Sancho eko Chelsea no. Ya kacho so e obolo no yo meto no. Se o man ta they will pay a penalty. Ayala eno so yaje e de aguye. The way yakofa imwemo eni kunya aba no. The way we structured our salaries ni ade no. Asedi esika kakra eno so wo ha ye de betato. Enti ya ye pidu and the also what you say since I said in Wycliffe by Rich say na all kate cost ye marry mo duane ni biem we mu department omo dos ye ngibi nko Manchester United are saying say sa exercise na owura ne ye no etimi asevi omo sika and those monies no and then they spend on the transfer market, you know, and that is the reason why they are able to bring Abrantia, your friend Benjamin Sesko, to Omo Club. Rich, may I show say in the coming days, Sesko will be having his medicals to join Tima, your friend Manchester United, and it will be very, very good. Say Abrantia and Ebeba. Now, why and a Newcastle and Manchester United were fighting over this boy? Rich, Ubeje say. In Pimpri in Europe, top 5 leagues, you know. So open Mantia Omeya under 23. Since August 2023, Sesko goes to Obia. Within the age group, Nidia. So Oya under 23 in the top 5 leagues. Since August 2023, Benjamin Sesko goes to.
What are your players? Jama Musiala.
Yeah. Florian Wirtz.
Jude Bellingham.
Jude. Even though these guys are not strikers, but the fact of the matter, and they say we are saying say under 23, it is a striker we have to go, Papa Bia and cover appear in the list.
Sure. And
he has scored goals for his age than any player since August 2023. Now, Rich, you were mocking Team FN in Newcastle, and according to Ireland, you know, almost Charlie since a Newcastle GDC Omar arriving, and that there is a Saudi Arabian money, and Omubetimi Alcofa best players, you know. You can even do a first 11 of players, and the only positions you will miss are right back and left back. James Trafford has not joined Man City from Burnley. Gue Osiomba. Dean Hoysen ako Real Madrid. Imwembo ko Manchester United. João Pedro eko Chelsea. Kudus ajoine Tottenham. Iketike eko Liverpool. Diam Delap eko Chelsea. And now Benjamin Sesko will be joining Manchester United. It's rich. Team I have Newcastle. Anyone down for Eddie Howe and Usubri. And as I say, Akomo, and they want to turn attention to other players. Now, only Rich, the moment they were able to show their cards in terms of Sika Metua for Benjamin Sesko, Ama Obia so and they look at for more cash. And assuming they shift attention from Benjamin Sesko to any player, especially in the Premier League, they will know so now we will schedule our person cost spending. And as I say, why you nipako and I will buy a sway. Nti eboa mbebo Lucas team friend Lucas and Rich anya eboa ketwa
amon cover Jackson
Nicolas Jackson yes he is also an alternative
munya big boy
no me Nicolas Jackson say me America and connected to we na me from anunsi
e di man ka no mafa
for all my share on Facebook no they will realize me the infonyi bia to your tactical board no so who has spent the most in the Premier League so far this window? Premier League transfer fees spent and received summer 2025 transfer window. Now, Rich, say also for Nhyira, red one no, which is the red graph no, I represent Sika class on a spending. Then the yellow one, I Sika or more receiving. Then is the top 6. Liverpool has spending £252.2 million. Rich, Newcastle, Liverpool sales of Mayeno, they have received £114.5 million. Chelsea has spent £240.2 million. Chelsea are receiving £136.7 million. Arsenal and also £192.6 million. And on spending, they have received only 6.9. Man City are spending 153.4, Oman receiving 31.8. Manchester United are yet to receive. Then Tottenham Hotspur spending 127.9 and receiving only 12. Now, Rich, it is very, very important. Mabeka say, Obasa Ojaji club will be any spending. You need to have this kind of balance. Sika or spending, Sika or receiving. And in the coming days, Rich, this graph here will be updated because clubs missing Liverpool and Chelsea eminently are making some moves at this Bromo. Not Omoto players in Kwa. For instance, on a player Menoka say, Hilal I concluded with Liverpool on a banter friend down Nunes. 53 upfront any add-ons. Enti down Nunes or train team friend in Napoli. Na Juve air consider so Omanya Colomoni permanent or Metimaka Kofano. But Obia my CCA. Enti now Abanten is moving to the Saudi Arabian League, Now Wakobo Ediama Island. Now Rich, only the entire they are able to afford Abanten friend down Nunes, They have 75 million release clause ready for Victor Osimhen. And Osimhen so Okoga Tasarai. And Samukuta 75. Nanka made the Victor Osimhen from Napoli. Now Angia. Same test over 53. Now save me number the cover down in Nessa. I am again until they are going in for him. And so now Americano. And then Liverpool Kwana Omba Abgeti, Omba Abgedi Omugafno. You see, this Bihon also is joining Everton around 25 plus 4 million add-ons. Until Chelsea will make that money. Chelsea will be expecting say Abante FN in Kukubeko, then Serena Okano. Nicolas Jackson, the NS not say Chelsea tongue. But Nancy movement now across the chest say, and we are no frame and obi be lose the player bi or kopo obi wanya no or 10 attention pe na akoto Nicolas Jackson so na rich minimum no see no me Nicolas Jackson enye me top striker. But there is one thing about Sabrante we are obi obefo ni bia will get, and I want you to watch this goal. Go where Nicolas Jackson share, you know. His runs behind the defender, no. Now, Rich, according to the Athletic, I'm gonna say, sa over Premier League anymore. Open strikers are very good at running behind defensive lines. Nicolas Jackson is one of the best. And the Aya Shekrano, any team be over say open Nicolas Jackson be Rich. What? Yes, sure. So Benya and say you'll be getting a striker. He is always on the run behind the defenders, you know, and that is one big attribute. Me sure say Obi or consider Nicolas Jackson Biano will say, look, probably I went to say 30 goals in 81 games for Chelsea. Ebia enye top numbers. But he can give you something, and he can only continue to grow. Say go in for Abrantia, your friend Nicolas Jackson and Rich.
Me say, to be honest with you, about Chelsea. But I think Senkaye far or no one campaign.
Ahead of who?
Ahead of Sesko.
Eh.
Me the Sesko ndenya me nukwe. I mentioned I'm feeling.
We should have feeling on.
Me feeling Nicolas Jackson because Ebia goes no to me mau gidi. But like you said, Anya 2 years experience in the Premier League. And me on born on him go ni say na kakaka. So when your coach obetimi aboa no sa kwan so he can score.
But Rich, will you be buying?
Let's go there.
Maybe will you be buying him to score goals or maybe ball?
Or make goals. Oh, sentina coach o no.
So
Ebia apparently goals number because Ebia en said and train ye.
Rich, at this level,
your top notch coach. How obetimi a church no.
Maybe Rich, at this level.
Ebetimi a church no.
How many training sessions? Any ever go at this elite level.
At least you bet me a man, strikers coach. What do you channel?
A team yao strikers coach.
Because when it comes to positioning, fantastic.
You see,
striker be out in positioning, no. So or the goals can be shana can top notch.
You see, Rich, why me disagree with you? They say we are talking about Manchester.
Me baby oh free abana mimpe.
And I make us say,
and
I make us say, yes, there are sometimes team me to top players be the numbers are good or by and far, and you know can watch. But Rich, at Manchester United, say Oba, you need to show a certain level of numbers. The reason why Manchester or my bottom war in one more win, and say Rich, he scored 19 goals just last season. Georgia Free West Manchester we may matrama kwe. Yes, oh, as you bibi womu, but you bet asa. Yes, we can fine tune you, but Rich, you need time, sir.
Sesko need I will be I just say you no prove me wrong. Yes, the Sesko and me
medical say
club level, national level.
Sesko any great numbers. Any man can't join me boy. Only great numbers. The numbers in over the moon. Giddy. But Rich, Vivian Mujidi said he will explode. And what drew baby are over explode, you know. And probably at Manchester, Obetinia exploded. Rich, and there are some few Champions League games, any Europa League games be on 2 bet to a course, Monsieur. Follow me, a board no so na eje na efa koye wade BW 93 688 67 BW 93 688 67 and the last one BW 93 6B 203 BW 936B 203 BW 9368867 2 betway course and the Champions League games, you know, any Europa League match be so and there are some few other friendlies there. very very likely say a normal victim happen wɔ hɔ nti wobɛtumi afa these two coasts no na ɔde ayɛ deɛ ɔde ɛbɛyɛ ɛwɔ hɔ nom
yɛmrɛfi na yɛmfa fisɛm no ɛntoa m so mehyɛ aseɛ from the Black Stars of Ghana nsa ne wie a yɛabɛdi a topic ɛnnɛ yɛbɛsɛ di ho nkɔmmɔ ɛwɔ ɛyɛ fie Black Stars update no ɛne sɛ wɔn sɛ World Cup qualifiers ɛbɔ na nyame yɛ adoma in September yɛbɔ Chad ne abɔ ɛyɛ Mali Chad ne yɛ away ne abɔ ɛyɛ Mali ɛwɔ home now from the free Black Stars ɛba ɛne sɛ nansɛn sɛ deɛ nim Baba Stadium wɔ nneɛma nkɔ yie na sɛ sɛ woba Akrom ha the only stadium CAF ɛne FIFA na ne gye tum sɛ yɛbɛtumi abɔ games ɛwɔ hɔ no ɛyɛ the Accra Sports Stadium enti Black Stars game a yɛbɛbɔ against Air Mali ɛwɔ home no mpanimfoɔ de ato dwa sɛ nyame ɛyɛ adom a saa game na ɛbɛba so ɔde Accra Sports Stadium yɛbɔ no wie a na aka the last two a yɛde bɛwie air qualifiers no ɛno nso mpanimfoɔ de ato dwa sɛ ɛno nso the same Accra Sports Stadium ɛna ɛbɛtumi ahosti saa game no so what that means is that it say Black Stars games na aka na yɛbɛbɔ ɛwɔ qualifiers nim no ɛntimi ɛmma Kumasi ne nyinaa no yɛbɛbɔ ɛwɔ the Accra Sports Stadium enti ɛno ne deɛ free ɛyɛ Black Stars ɛba ɛna no pɛ a yɛde saa nkɔmmɔ no ɛde ɛma mo now to our topic yɛbɛsɛ discuss ɛna no pɛ sɛ mbaka obi a ɔtie show yi biara na no memenda no meka kyerɛ mo sɛ the review committee of the Ghana Football Association ɛnso apropose ɛde ama ESCO ne sɛ nyame yɛ adom ne yɛkɔ congress a ɔmo nkɔ hɛ na nka ɔmo ndwene ho sɛ congress gyitum a na nka yɛmfa saa adeɛ no nso ɛnyɛ adwuma adeɛ bɛn ɛna review committee no ɛka ho asɛm ɔmo se oba Ghana ha GF akonya no yɛpere ne mmienu 2 terms 4 years enti sɛ wopere 2 terms ne wie a wotwa 2 terms ne wie a wontimi nsa mpere akonya no ebiem na ne na review committee ne se daabi nka bɛyɛ a yɛnwene ho biem ne yɛkɔ congress a congress members and our football people no ɛnwene ho na nka yɛn study adeɛ no nkɔtere enti ka this time no ɔbɛkɔ 4 saa no mmiɛnsa ansa na ɔntimi nkɔ biem asɛm yi bɛɛ nsɛm bebree ɛnyɛ no nko a ɔmo se vice no nso yɛnyɛ ne mmienu baako nyɛ ɔbaa na ɔbaa no automatically ɔno nkɔyɛ ɔno na ɛbɛhɛde ɛyɛ human football so ɔno na ɛbɛnda no dini na kyerɛ sɛ ba no ɛmaa no football na ɔno nso hwɛ na ɛsɛ bɛrima no nso no ayɛ vice ade ama ɛyɛ the Ghana Football Association ɛnso president ne nyinaa na yɛ suggestions a anaa proposals a ɔmo ayɛ a ɔmo ɛde akɔma ESCO no sɛ yɛkɔ congress a ne nyinaa no yɛnkɔ dwendwene ho na yɛhwɛ sɛ yɛbɛgye atom anaasɛ yɛngye ntom na nsɛm yi baa yɛi ɛna yɛsɛ okay asa asɛm na ayɛ ate sɛm ti yɛpɛ sɛ yɛte ɛde firi ɛyɛ the horse's own mouth yɛntem mfamfiri ɔma anka so ɔmanum na ɛno mu ɛna yɛwura Prosper Harrison Ado yɛbisa sɛ ɔpani deɛ yɛtie deɛ wode ɔwɔ nsuo no mu yɛbɛ sɛ ɔka kyerɛ saa proposal no abɛtɔm anim a yɛsɛ mo mfa nkɔ congress anaa yɛntie ɛyɛ nsɛm no bi na yɛwie a yɛmfa ɛyɛ nkɔmmɔ no ɛmfa ɛntɔm so ɛno ɛyɛ Harrison Ado Esquire yɛntie nsɛm ɔka ɛde fa tɛtɛm no.
No, you see the third time alliance with them. FIFA, these are proposals that came from clubs. Yes, clubs. Referee associations who send in proposal. The members of the FA send in proposal. Women's, women send here. And so clubs, people, they write to the FA. Once that is what caused the ESCO to form the status review committee. And I propose as Eddie Momo. Then they also open say, Bia Fabra. So the membership then brought those who want to bring. So it's from the membership. It's from clubs. It's from clubs. Clear. It's from clubs. Because who read here? Who say members of the FA? Yes, members of the FA are clubs, and then the non-members are the referees, PFAG, security sports, school sports.
Okay. Enti utie Yera Harrison Adwa or say, some proposals clubs say be amunimu or catch them. Clubs and football people na and this our proposal Eddie Abasenka yen free 2 terms and call the third term as they would tell in church or say even the Referees Association of Air Ghana also under the GF no munina no kahumbi and na omo say Can you first proposal enko Congress? Na Congress jituma. Eno so ba yembra na ye de ayeye football no. Na semi okawie ya ane e call referees for no ho. Ekobusa referee jo seja. Se na ref sa de ekran se mo gra mo nim hu bi se proposal yi. Wo kan mo ka hu bi. Na mo de come review committee no. Se ko Congress enko dwene ho na eba ni san de na mo hu ya mo se yemfa de yi. Enko eye 3 times yi.
We never met the GFA and they spoke about any third term to us. I am telling you no. We never proposed any third term. Voted in as in, for instance, they read the paper and say all those who agree to maybe the third term of this particular this one say so everybody should vote. There was nothing like that. We never did it. The proposal we actually sent to GFA was sent on the 20th of June 2025 this year, and that proposal was for change. Looking at Article 47, that's regional referee associations, 48. This is football association, because in that column they wrote that those who were having the right to vote, the two reps from referee were the referees within the region, and because of that, some of the RFA chairmen did not allow our members to go into their regional congresses to vote. They said they said referees in the region. It's not spelled Referee Association of Ghana. So the general secretary, we met as a body and we told the general secretary, please send this in to them. They sent it to them. We just received the Congress documents. We are preparing to write to remind them that we send the proposal and we expect to see it inside there. That is it.
Okay. And the referee for no, I'm say, Sansama Yebo Mudi Muno de, proposal no me and no na. Ya capture no Congress, the person Kokano Hono. Inti almost almost grande almost the eye almost 20th June 2025 Article 47. I don't know Mujide says your Congress anyway. Yansis ho a quanya faswa almost 2 a reference and so abandon 3 times no asem and ana omonso e kan awo proposal omoye and so emu inti anon sama eba enano begobi mission sem from few ho. And send me maybe a black side and probably fear you because I no crowd and said I because somebody said the Minyadi between Hosi. To no crowd in this hand, they are crowd sourced the banana. But 3 times, you know, as a Yako fan send me breed yaba. A 6 clams ya and a proposal, but see the opening so can I BBS and see.
But some of the club CEOs and then operating managers and the likes have also been on radio almost Omojitum is in the right direction. To be very honest, 3 times was always going to stir up emotions, say. Enyadia no bia ne obia be ya adwen as in 100%. Unya obia we ka okay chinchina on your moya adwen. At the end of the day for me about the ebeye ama Ghana football. Many problem if ye shemra say Ghana football you see 3 times 2 times whatever. For me that doesn't matter. Any the problem at all. My big issue about a game in the context of a game, yen discussing say yen individuals in film and
individuals asking
who's a former Kotoko Express editor
Jerome
Machichero, very nice article, and I remember them you say Senior Jones the senior in the context of say ye Kate Fiona ye all the kinds of people feel. Does Ghana football need 3 term now? This is what I make an answer. For me, it's not about say near all conditions here. Maybe a cater. I would go for a 3rd term. I won't advise him to go for a 3rd term. I won't even try to go for a 3rd term because you see, in this country, football are very political and very volatile. One shade ya ebiana utrimu poni bonnet, but it becomes bonnet for you. But let's look at the conversation around 3 terms now in the grand scheme of Ghana football.
But is it on record that
no, but that's I'm telling that has become political. That is the noise around. Say it's from their camp. No more pushy.
So when they better waters now.
Exactly. I mean, very before I've seen people's articles on my case. Almost reported years before, and now it has come to fruition. In fact, we also know say usually if the FA president would want a 3rd term, he will go through the supporters of his in the FA to the clubs into a normal route, if that's the case. But I am not interested in whether a 3rd term and I say this or 3rd term. And what I've said is that all across the world, having 8 years in football has not guaranteed anybody success. I mean, look at the best practices everywhere in the world. Everywhere in the world. Go and look at the Tanzanians that we talk about every time. Go and look about the Egypts that we talk about every time. The Germanys and the Englands. The number of years that people stay at the helm to make sure that they transform football. Even La Liga in itself with Javier Tebas, how long has it been? So you need time. You need time. Intervention in the context of Ghana born here bono. Say Obiba Bedi so president. And when being here say be man the time ana. So Obiba Bedi so president. Is the 4 years or 8 years enough for them to transform the game? These are for me worry. Say ocean from the point of view of Nipa no Bonma. Like again, me a president Ketia so Kreko, I won't wait my time to go for a third term. Because at the end of the day, it's like it's going to become something that you'll not be excited about. Because largely on political grounds. For me, really, it comes down to what helps Ghana football. And at the end of the day, I think that Nipa Onya have good influence in recent history of their football. It has been done because he has been very influential in our game. Because he had time. Because there was time to build connect. So having time is important. And again, I mean, compare the time in football to a political tenure. Political parties have big foundations all across the country. Foundations. This is one person that becomes the president. Is it enough? Can we have a way? Even if the president they stay around to help with their expertise and experience. Whoever becomes the next FA president helps with that. Because today, it is difficult for us to even go back and look for people who are outside of the class of Ketia Sokreku to become president. So one more year group of a sort. The younger people are probably even close to it. So how do we groom people? And all of these things are about time. And for me, Rich, maybe a whole non-communist because I know sometimes they get too aligned in politics and people's interest, and I want to stay away. But for me, it's about Ghana football interest.
Okay. Anna, you see, issues we see bad. Ayana, dear Obetimiaka, what is right? It will not represent a popular opinion because of the past. Manusu Sumuna Sorech. Ye nyini as listeners of sports shows in Ghana. There have been certain creation. Any impressions via sports journalists, presenters, analysts, Oma Kretia say one the orientation from Sadia now. Topics be say will always touch your emotions rather than looking at the objectivity and the subject matter. Any baby will say free bar. Inti edru sasem we are. People are always emotional and they think say it should be a matter of their opinions. Rich, that is not it. I didn't tell America, sir. The first basis are say uyobia utie ya ushaya and also utia say when it comes to matters of GFA and say Rich GFA away a private company GFA I don't know a private company a company ya register or register general said you never rich over so tell company now turn spare parts you go and register no sana GFA Rich omu register omu company no omu mra omu de running omu company no say oye outside the GFA omu mra no omu de ye adwuma no Rich you do not have an opinion on it. But that is the facts. And Rich, Mimi no me fifi. Your opinion on third term, 2 terms, 5 terms, it doesn't matter.
football people.
We are not part of the company. We are not. We are only media people. What I want to say is say asamna okano say odi tufo odi suggest say enka wonim die mu die enka say na bebua status as such can say, but don't create the impression say you can run obi company will register with who opinion, and that if any who opinion the company any members ever decide sebi I am kwasi asem. I hope you understand me, because me Rich, I'd be oriented by media people. They talk with some authority be on a company they are not even a member of. And they share their opinion as if say one family imagine na mechire na sebi ene na munim dia mo ye a company no own count. Rich, aside GFA ni private company no GFA ni e won members. The members, I think I have put per the status I think article 12, the members of the Ghana Football Association. Rich, some members so much me there to Facebook some members as listed no and a bit me taking decisions as to kwanya GFN and for so nya nyoma. You go into that same status, some members now ya listed no Rich highest decision place or much me taking decision a binding obia e Congress enti say GFE as a company adding members enshrined in Article 12 in almost status. Echo omo highest decision making platform omo Congress. Rich, na omo kono omo kase. Ye members of this company. Yeah, and also within our company now, we will want to do decision 1, decision 2, decision 3. No Ayala, your opinion doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Now, what I can do today with me media microphone and my platform and say, Rich, as also in Semchonia, midi sports achieve, midi Ghana football achieve, per me assessment of a normal economy, I can suggest and say, say proposal be about tournament members could take decision over the next Congress about terms are omobekwa. Meaning so see no me gini say and ebeboa based on so and so. That should be it. Rich on my way woman. Emre bi ani e constitution ni mu a private company say o directors are what form of private company no they can serve a first term. Emre bi ani ho. Until nothing in the constitution and are preventing what the GFA are going through as a process no. For instance, multimedia away. Rich, your directors are more a board no so. Emrebie ni Ghana ha ekache kwasichum ene ne mpanyimfo ne say more directors na wo multimedia no. Say obidi 2 times and say obidi 8 years ah. But feel o board no so ontimi enkoso enya board member bi. Emrebie ni ho. If we begin to see things like that and give space for people to go through their legalities, now our opinion can only be your opinion and your suggestion and not legally binding on anybody. The conversation will be quite serene.
But would I also because a lot of people will have a say or signing because Anna signing maybe say born affected on my money.
That is it. So that's what I'm saying. Say, apart from the GFN, I was going to come there. Yeah. Say, what we can conclude as in some job for say, even though the GFA as a company, I want the members, I want a platform somebody taking various decisions, what they must have in their mind when they sit at Congress and say, after taking the decisions at Congress, they are coming to run the football for the public. And that in every decision be a Congress now, or your member to Abano. When he say, vote wia ujitum wia, will it attract the masses to follow your game ana? Because bono enya mu nko na moye do mo na mo ye muko but bono ube toma abonte so for no. And that should always guide any decision they take at Congress. Now rich massima make nyina ne to for bom na me de manu asi ene say emremu de what the GFA are going through, they have omu bibia spot on to take omu decisions are omu best omu take today. If they go to Congress and say they are proposed say ma GFA president echo 5 times, nobody can stop them. Nobody. Emre bia ni wa betimi de atwentwe o madam aka say obi stop you obi. But rich, for what we have come to know in this country, for how football became unpopular under Kwesi Nyantakyi, I just hope say the Congress will remember say during Kwesi Nyantakyi's time these same rules were there. They were still the entity that they are today. They were running their own affairs. Nobody had problems with that. Legally, na omu all the luxury to take every decision at their Congress. Influence bia na obi wo bia to influence and manipulate. Look, even company highway rich, if decision be obi penny percent decision be called a certain direction, our way to lobby the members of the company to get the decision to that direction. Now rich, before me the mamin the fact that GFA ebet makoji atum say ye extended terms of office for the president to 3 or 4 terms doesn't mean say ujiri say nipa kono ye presidency see you know say or underperform here you can't contest him during election.
Sure. Send it be too.
But who say and confirm personal jeto say
onon kwan na be kwasa.
I say ye could be and that it will benefit only one person because of it. It doesn't mean that. See, it still gives room for any contest to come on. So ujiri say the onyadia, you have every right to also bring your counter proposal and go for him to reach.
Because like I said, yes, a private entity there, but you're winning now. You still go this,
of course.
But when club chairmen and CEOs who are the main factors of the job, because at the end of the day, about or minus although about or minus, the people take the decision for year masses now. They keep on saying,
a reliable.
I'm rich. And I sit August, me wa. Sit August, I special me fie. Because sit August, I me mama enemy new aketwa birthday.
Wow.
The same day.
That's great.
And me mama ajwa enemy new yuma. And they your birthday. Nah, I think the last time I recall me new girl no graduation. I have a picture of mum. So that is my mom and I mean you have managing a girl next
only the birthday no.
No birthday no.
Okay.
My mini menu abema no jina chino.
Okay.
Nti yima ene me ma me nyankopon enkoso ana onhyira mo.
Amen.
Omma mo kwatenti ahodin wom na omma mo mpa ebo bia mo bo ede ma nyankopon bia no emrem emfa emma mo. Nti happy birthday me ma me ene menua yima. Beto say omo nsempa no koso ana ekosese kwa de medical ka say o share o code wo Ghana ha obi o South Africa no fa code na otimi editwa bet ema ne ye nti echese sika no bia na mu bia so obi use code na oditwa bet na sika wunya no kos esra na ekonti enhye bet o bet we na wonkwa wontwa na mfansie fa code ne to abonten o groups a wo mfatum o social media platforms fatum baby a betimi a share code bi a share na nkofo fa code no entwa bet o modi code no entwa bet no na onso so o disika www.betway.com.gh betway.com.gh and also download the omo app no e wo Play Store and also App Store now so beka Betway abusa no undi 18 years abisraw na watwe ho from ya no betway responsibly Betway omo say get way more.
Menya birthday na yen sorry me call New York Bronx na minua parking ene parking so enua parking bia friend say emperor ni ajay di padodo na friend ni Niger AD ni birthday and emperor ni ajay happy birthday to nyame hira opa awodie mu eye enhire bia nyankopon emfa bi ennom happy birthday nyame enhira emperor ni ajay and padodo na efew enije etiefo edematia adom kase eto aso nyame adoma yebesan enemu ehia yakramu na eba ya na adom sorry free adom kase no eba na edobra ato anjumedie no ato amso yakramu
so etumi